Okay, friends, third time's the charm. Let me see if I can get this to work. Come on, Facebook. Yes. All right. Hold on. Go live in the group. Okay. I see me. Is it working? Do we have liftoff? Hang on one second. See, guys, you do not have to be a professional to go live. Let me just, okay, come on, iPad. There we go. Yay, I see us in the group. I'm so excited. Holy cow, y'all. Holy freaking cow. Okay. Happy Friday Eve day to everybody. I'm just glad this thing is finally working. I'm using StreamYard because of the new Mark Zuckerberg freaking rule about you can't use the stream key into the group. I had to go do some other, duct tape, copy paste, toothpaste, stick of gum to make it work. But I did it. Thank you, Carrie, for being so patient. I kicked Carrie out of the StreamYard dashboard 3 times and I kept sending her new links. I'm sorry. Okay. Take a breath. I'm so excited you're here today and I'm so excited for this training. Okay, first, before I forget, you guys, some things are a little bit different with StreamYard now because of the Facebook group thing. If you're coming to me through Facebook, I do want you to go to, in case you're coming to me from my business page, streamyard.com/Facebook. Give permission. We'll find out if that's even the thing anymore because I can't see your comments. If you're in the group and you're commenting, I can't see them on my StreamYard dashboard. But what I do have is my iPad here and I'm going to, let's see. There we go. Okay, there's Beverly. June is here. Okay, cool. So I can see the comments on my iPad. How many devices do I need to use to go live? Okay, anyway, I'm going to stop that. All right. Let me start over. Happy Friday Eve day, everybody. We are going to talk about SEO today. I'm so excited you are here because I don't know about you guys, but SEO confuses the crap out of me. And I consider myself a highly educated, intelligent woman, okay? For me, it's taken me a long time to understand it. And I still have yet to truly use it to its full advantage in my marketing. But the good news is for you, we have the expert in the house, Carrie Saunders. Get a notepad ready and take some notes. But just in case, this is the first time we've ever met because I am streaming to YouTube and I just want to tell you who I am. I'm normally not this dysfunctional when I'm going live, but with the new going live in a Facebook group rules, I had to figure out how to make it happen. I am Tracy Beavers. I am an award-winning business and sales coach with over 20 years of experience in marketing, sales, and business growth. And you probably know my story, but years ago, I just fully got fed up with my corporate career. And I decided to hatch a plan to leave. And I started building this business. And y'all, in my second full year of business in the online space, I busted through the 6-figure ceiling and I have not looked back. And I share that with you in case you are still working a full-time job and you're wanting to build an online business to replace that income. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it too. Or maybe you've quit your job and you're building this business and you're having days where you're like, am I going to have to go back and get another job? Nope. Stick with me. You can do this. If I can, you can too. All right, friends, if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to know that Carrie is an active member in my Facebook group. She was kind enough to post and say, hey, we're having technical difficulties for me just a second ago. But if you are watching live, put your questions in the comments. I'm going to try to grab all of them as they come through. Forgive me if I miss some. Once this is over, Carrie and I can both go back into the group and see if we missed any questions or comments. And if you're coming to us on replay, ask any question you have, tag me, tag Carrie. She will swoop in and answer your questions. She is one of the most generous people when it comes to her expertise, and she loves helping other people. All right, let me tell you about Carrie. Carrie Saunders is an online tech whiz, you guys. Whiz. She's a genius. She started her business in 2002, serving online businesses all over the world. Now, that's over 20 years ago, okay? She started when she was 12. She has helped over 16,000 companies. 16,000 companies have a thriving online business. Let that wash over you for a second. 16,000 companies, and you think of all of the people at those companies that have benefited from her expertise. That is a trickle-down effect of your work for sure. And Carrie and her team have helped businesses scale to billions with a B in revenue with their tried and true services supporting search engine optimization, SEO, which is what we're talking about today, supporting website optimization, which is really key in the online space, and not to mention helping them with a whole host of other things. Like I have had some really detailed, nitpicky, techie stuff that I've needed to get done recently. Carrie is my go-to person. So can we just get a big amen for Carrie and all of the geniuses like her that make tech feel way easier and more simple? All right. So, Carrie, is there anything you want to add to that before we jump right in?
I don't know if I could. That was so nice of you, Tracy. Oh my gosh.
Well, when I read that, I was like, 16,000. Are you? Come on. That's a lot of
Yes,
companies. That's a lot of
Some of,
people.
yeah, some of them been with us for like 20 years too. Like we have some really long time customers that work with us for a long time.
That speaks volumes about you and your team. And I have to say, just in my experience with you, because I think we didn't really fully connect as business colleagues and everything until last fall. So I don't think you and I have known each other for almost a year. But just in the service that you guys have delivered for me on the small projects I've had, I know why they stick with you. I know why they're loyal. Because, yeah, for sure. All right. So let's talk about SEO, search engine optimization. How can we make this easily work for us without all the confusion? Like, tell us why SEO is a big deal. Why is it important? Why should we pay attention to it?
Well, search engine optimization, for one, is not as hard as you think, especially if you want to do the basics. So I want everybody to keep that in mind. So don't like pull a wool, like put a wall up or anything. Keep an open mind. This actually isn't too hard to do a decent job. And the reason why we want it is when we're not active on social media or things like that, and people are actually searching on Google and Bing and the major search engines, we want our websites to be found for the reasons that you do your business. So it kind of needs to fit with what you do, right? So we want to be found with certain words.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a long game play. It helps you definitely in the long game grow. So it's something you don't really want to ignore. It's kind of like how email marketing is a long game type of play, whereas social media marketing is a little bit more shorter. You're
Right.
getting people just currently, immediately, your stuff only stays up there so long, but search engine optimization is your website's heartbeat and it helps you have a good, better long game and a better long term business.
I like the way you put that. You said search engine optimization, SEO, is your website's heartbeat.
Mhm.
Okay. That is, that's a clear picture for me. That's the best explanation I've heard. That's amazing. All right. So when it comes to our websites, and there's things called backlinks and link building. And for somebody like me who's not techie, I don't even know. I'm not sure I even understand fully what that means. Can you break that down for us?
Sure. So backlinking is when, let's say, I'm linking to your website. So that's a link back to you.
Okay.
And when we have those links, so we want to have good content so that people do want to link to our pages on our website. And you want to make sure that they are um, quality links back. And that gets a little bit more deep, but basically, back in the old days, people would spam on these link farms and get their links back to them. And that tricked Google and the major search engines back then. Now that's a really bad thing. But when you have one or two or three or 10, depends on how long you've been in business,
Mm-hmm.
quality links to your website from somebody else that also provides value to the internet,
Okay.
that's going to boost you in your search engine rankings. So
Okay.
find your business besties, find guest, maybe guest blog on somebody, get a
Okay.
link back to your website from the guest blog. You can do things like that.
Okay. So if I'm understanding correctly, I want to break this down for people because I'm a visual learner. So if I go to like let's say Forbes features me, or like when Vanity Fair featured me, and I'm on their website's blog, and they're talking about me and the award and everything I won last summer. Do they actually have to have my website link on there? I'm assuming that's the
Yes,
link to
that
mine.
would be best. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now, since you have a pretty unique name too,
Uh,
just your name on there too is going to help because it's a bit more unique. Um,
okay.
so that it might help some, but really the link is what really helps you.
Got it. Okay. So that because it links back to my website, that's a backlink for me.
Right.
Okay. So if I want to start getting backlinks from my website, I need to be featured in some things, but also maybe be a guest blogger for Forbes or for your website or for, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
That's a nice, easy way to do it. And many of us other business owners, right, want to help each other out. So guest
Mhm.
blogging on somebody else's website can be pretty easy fruit to go get.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. And that is an SEO strategy. Because, see, when I think of SEO, I think of the keywords and trying to search for the keywords. But what you're saying is that's the keywords are part of it. And we'll get to that here in just a second. But what you're saying is those backlinks that's part of an SEO strategy as well.
Right. It helps Google and Bing. And if I just say just Google, I mean also Google and Bing, all the major ones, but it helps them realize that your website is important enough to be linking to you. So it boosts your reputation. So it's kind of like how you talk about your friend's business and how you love it. It's kind of like one of those type of analogies where
Mhm.
somebody else is talking about you and linking to you because they think you're important enough to link to. So then it boosts your credentials on the internet, basically.
Okay, okay. That is a very easy explanation. I like that very, very much. All right, so let's talk about keywords because this is where my brain starts to go numb. And it just feels, to me, it feels enormous. And that's why I stick my head in the sand and I ignore it. I mean, I'm confessing, full confession. If you're willing to confess with me, are you ignoring SEO keywords like I am? Tell us how to not make it so hard to understand and confusing, and how the heck do we make it easy to pick the right keywords for our audience?
Sure. So let's first jump back a little bit into what is your content on your website.
Okay.
So we've all been in English class, whether we're American or whether we're out in the world and in another country, you've done some sort of grammar or English type class for your schooling, I'm sure. So you need
Mhm.
to think about it as you're writing a paper for your teacher. So when let's say you're making a blog post and you're writing a paper for your teacher,
Mhm.
think of it like that. You're going to have one topic for that one page. So every single page on your website ideally should be about one topic. Just like you wouldn't write a report to your teacher about 10 different things, it's going to be
Okay.
on one thing, right? So have one focus. And then that's your main topic for that one. And then as you would normally write a paper, each paragraph or each section is a supporting topic to that, right?
Mhm.
So just think of it as an English writing or, whatever language somebody might be in, but it's your formal writing. You want to make sure it's one topic with supporting topics underneath it. Now, once you've got content that's like that, then you can use some tools to make it better, to figure
Okay.
out the keywords that you might want for that.
Okay.
So I did a few little searches before we got on here.
Okay,
So
cool.
you serve online business. You're an online business coach, right?
Right. Mhm.
Okay. So here's a simple thing. You can go to Google, you can search online business coach and hit enter.
Okay.
And then right underneath it, and I'm looking at my left just to refer what I saw. There
Sure.
are 837 million results in Google for online business coach. That's huge, right? That's a
Yeah.
large number. So
Yeah.
now we know that is hard to optimize for.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
too many. There 839 7 million. Too many, right? Now, what we can do is if you scroll down in your Google search results, there's other suggestions for other things you could search for that are related to those words. So, business coaches for entrepreneurs is one of them I picked because I know that's what you do, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
then when you search business coaches for entrepreneurs, you get down to 9,510.
Okay.
A huge difference, right? We're talking 800 some million to 9 million.
Right.
That's a lot better potential to optimize for it. So
Okay.
when you're lost, just start searching in your search engines for words you would describe your business as.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
what words would you describe yourself as? You
Hmm.
know, online business coach for entrepreneurs. We could also do, I also did, so let's say you're wanting to write a blog article for you, Tracy,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
help people,
Because your team does this for me. You guys, that's a
right?
service that they do for me, which is amazing.
Yeah. So you help people you help people be more visible online, right?
Right.
So I searched how to be more visible online
Okay.
in Google. Now, one of the suggestions I felt like that was really good because it's got even more words, and let me explain that in just a second. Let me forget. One of the suggestions, as I'm typing, it's underneath my typing. It says how to make your business more visible online.
Oh,
Very specific, right?
very.
So when we are optimizing for keywords, especially with so many websites out there, you want something that's that long. It's
Okay.
called a long tail keyword.
Okay. So I'm
It's
starting to catch
long,
on. I've heard that before. Yes.
right?
Long tail keyword. Okay.
Yeah, so it's very specific. So the more specific you are, the much better chances are you are going to be at getting higher in your rankings
Okay.
on that. So whenever you write a page that's about how to make your business more visible online, that should be your title. Like exactly that, how to make your business more visible online. That's what people are going to search for, right? Because
Okay.
that's what Google's just told me. People search for this because I
Okay.
started typing it and it shows up. And then so as you're writing a blog article on it, you want to support those facts in, supporting topics like you normally would when you're writing in your formal English class and you want to write supporting, things for your topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's basically how you'd optimize a page for keyword and find the right keywords.
Okay.
Use Google as your friend.
Uh-huh.
It tells your competition basically how
Hmm.
many people are competing for that word. And if
Okay.
it's too many, keep typing. It's going to give you more suggestions that are even more specific and find ones that are specific. It might take you 3 or 4 iterations.
Hmm.
Now, what I do suggest is that can kind of sound overwhelming. Okay, I don't want to do this every single time, right?
Yeah.
But use a business probably has some core key things
Uh-huh.
that you talk about a lot,
Hmm.
right? Just do it for those top 5 to 10.
Okay.
Just pick a few. You don't have to optimize every single page. Once you get practice at it, it's just
Uh-huh.
like learning a new language. Once you get more practice at it, it becomes easier and easier, and you're going to be more intuitive at it. So practice it for the ones that you're already have in your mind. These are the things I talk about. These are the things I identify as for my business. Make a list of those. Try to get some good keyword suggestions for those, and just work with those. And don't be overwhelmed with all the pages. Just do several really well, and try
Hmm.
not to worry about everything at first, especially if you're new.
Okay, cool. So we can use Google to find keywords. Are there other tools that you like that you use?
Yes, there's some good keyword searching tools out there. I think Keyword Tracker. Let me look real quick.
Yeah, and are these free?
Many of them are free.
Huh?
Um, you can just there's wordtracker.com I'm seeing coming up, and you can some of these you can do free for so many.
Uh-huh.
Really, Google can do it for you too. I mean, honestly, it really
Okay.
can. There is software out there I would recommend if you wanted to actually get a little bit more advanced and actually track how well you're doing.
Hmm.
But anybody can message me if they want like
Yeah,
info on that. That's a little bit more advanced, but yeah, you
cool.
can.
Cool. I love that. Okay, let's talk really quick about website speed.
Mm,
Because I've heard that if your website doesn't load quick, and we've all had experiences like that where we've clicked to go to a website and it's taking forever to load and you just leave. You're like, I'm going to go on to the competitor. I'm not going to look on this particular site. I'm going to go somewhere else. And so website speed, does that play any part in SEO?
yes, it sure does. And I actually have several blog posts and podcasts on this too. So I can like go find those and put them in the comments
Yeah.
after the live. But basically, Google penalizes you for 2 things right now: website speed and
Okay.
whether your mobile version works well. So
Okay.
that's kind of 2 things you really need. And I didn't even put that in our notes, but mobile is very important too.
Yeah.
But you can use one tool to check both.
Okay.
And I'll put the link to the tool in the comments. It's pagespeed.web.dev. It's a bit weird of a
Okay.
website, but it's Google's thing. So you can just type in your domain name and it's going to
Uh-huh.
come back to you and tell you how fast it is in certain metrics. It's going to tell you how well it performs for mobile as well as desktop. And it's going to let you know if there are issues with your mobile too. So if you see low numbers that are not um, in the green,
Mm-hmm.
so it kind of color codes your numbers to like give you a red light, green light, yellow light, basically.
Yeah.
So you want to definitely not be in the red. You
Okay.
want to be as close to green as you can, if
Uh-huh.
not in the green. And there will be some simple suggestions there that some people that aren't techie could potentially use.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if it's not in your wheelhouse, it's something we can help with, or a trusted web developer you have
Yeah.
can help you with it. But definitely speed. They basically Google and all the major search engines anymore are very, very good at figuring out the consumer's perspective of the website.
Okay.
Is it fast? Is
Mm-hmm.
it easy to consume? Does it make sense to people? So
Right.
if it's not fast, it's not a good experience. So they
Okay.
don't want to put to the top of the list web pages that are slow. They want to give their users good experiences. So the search results that show up at the top are ones that are mobile friendly and fast.
That makes a lot of sense. They want to give their users a great experience, just like you and I want to give our clients a great experience. That makes perfect sense. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. I love it. And I'm checking to see if there's any questions. I don't see any so far. And hopefully, I'm not missing anything with this new workaround with Facebook. I'm worried that I'm going to forget somebody's question. So tell us, I want to talk about business visibility made easy for a second.
Mhm.
You went through my program last October and then you joined our alumni membership. Would you share about your experience? Like, how did you feel joining the program? What are some of the benefits of it? Why should anybody consider joining it? Because the doors are open right now, you guys. If you're new to me, Business Visibility Made Easy, my 8-week group coaching program. This is the step-by-step system to grow an email list of your ideal clients without paid ads, without more lead magnets. The cart closes on Sunday, and we kick off on May 13. Um, you can go to tracybeavers.com/BVME for information about it. And if you have questions about the program, reach out to me and I'll answer them. But Carrie, tell everybody what your experience was. And I know I'm putting you on the hook because I'm sitting right here.
Sure, no problem. I don't mind at all. So when your course opened back in October, like I was honestly thinking in my head, not I don't need another course. Oh my gosh, I've taken all these courses. They were all so expensive. Yours is not that expensive compared to the other one, many of the other ones I took. And I was like, do I really need to do another thing? Am I just putting more work on myself? Am I just following the next shiny object?
Yeah.
And I didn't really know you super well yet either, as we talked about earlier. But honestly, my gut actually neighed.
Nice.
And as a business owner of over 20 years, 22 almost, following your gut is super important and you will get led in the right direction much better or steered away from the correct direction you're supposed to be steered away from by following your gut. And what I found was it was the most easily digestible course I've ever taken. I'm like not kidding. And I'm not saying this because I'm on the call with you. Like I legit believe this. Like this is the experience I had. It was the most easily digestible. I've never had a course where you get the content every other week. As a busy business owner, I felt like I could totally consume the content in a timely manner and not take away too much from running the business because the point of the course for me was to help grow the business, but I've
Mhm.
got to balance it with running the business too.
Yeah.
And I also found I loved the live Q&A calls. Like I felt like we each all got legit individual attention. I've been in other courses that have Q&A calls and I
Mhm.
felt like it was just like a roll of the dice as to whether your question's going to get answered. And I love how you always make sure everybody gets their question answered. Like
Thanks.
everybody. And if somebody thinks of a question later, not on the call, everybody's so helpful and responsive, and so are you in the private Facebook group in
Mhm.
case there's a question that comes up in between the calls. So that's just one of the reasons why I loved your course so much and
And
why I joined the alumni group. I wanted to continue that. And just the ladies in the group are just so awesome and supporting as well as, you and Jill. So
yeah,
that's my short answer, my short, long answer.
I love it. Thanks so much. That's really kind of you to say, and it makes my heart so happy because I do think what sets the program apart is the fact that I do answer every question and I do take time with people, because to me that's what's lacking in
Mhm.
people getting success is they just don't have anybody to really help them, and not everybody can afford to pay me for one-to-one. They just can't. And so this is the next best thing. Okay, Carrie, back to SEO. You've got an awesome freebie that you're going to share with us. Jill is going to pop the link into the comments for everybody. Do you want to tell them what it is?
Sure, it's a free search engine optimization mini course, so it's little bit deeper than what I just did on this live, but I
Mhm.
still very much do my best to keep it very basic and less and not techy, because
Mhm.
anymore the applications we use, whether it's Kajabi or WordPress or High Level or whatever application you're using, Show It, many of them already are built for search engine optimization. You don't really need coder per se to do a good job of search engine optimization. So
Yeah,
I go over in there the basics that just about everybody can do to make sure that they're doing a decent job of search engine optimization to help them grow.
cool. I love it. I love it. It's you guys grab that free SEO mini course. Anything Carrie does is just over the top outstanding. And you have a free Facebook group. Tell everybody about that. Jill's going to pop that link to your group into the comments as well. Tell everybody about your group.
Sure. So I've been actually considering making this group for a while. We just built it in December, but it's all about helping business owners with their website tech. So if you have a website tech questions, we got some people asking questions in there. They're getting stuck either in the WordPress or how to build their course, and like in the technical side of it. We're helping out there. I'm starting to do some live videos here in the next few weeks to help walk people through website tech. One of the things I'm going to be talking about is Google Analytics, the old one, it went away last year. Well, they're going to start deleting the data. Some
Oh,
people want that old data and don't even know it's gone. So my next podcast episode is going to be on that, and I'm going to do a demonstration video on how you can get your data for you so that people can see how to get it. So I love breaking down the tech in there and just really helping people
yeah.
not be stuck on tech, because I don't want people to get stuck on something that they're not good at when they're good at other things, and they need to be doing the things they're good at. So I like helping to break it down.
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. Also, tell everybody the name of your podcast because I've been lucky enough to be on it a couple of times and I think your podcast is great.
It is e-commerce made easy, and don't let the e-commerce part scare you, because I talk about all online business stuff. You don't actually have to be selling physical products. You could be in e-commerce because you're selling coaching or courses or things like that. So, and I love to break down the tech and help people really push their websites and really work for them instead of against them.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Let me double check the group really fast since I can't see the comments on my StreamYard screen anymore. I want to see if anybody has any questions. Oh, lots of good comments about your information, Carrie. This is so helpful. Um,
Good.
yeah, so I don't see any questions for you. But of course, if you guys have a question, just pop it into the comments. Go join Carrie's group. Listen to her podcast. If you need help with this stuff, have an information call with her. See how her team can help you because I cannot stress this enough. They make it so easy on me. Like they are doing some things for me, and literally they'll ask me questions, and sometimes I don't understand how I'm supposed to answer, and I'll go, can you make that simpler for me to understand? And then they do, and then I'm able to answer. And then they're often running to go fix whatever it is, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Carrie, thank you so much for being here with us today. I really appreciate it. You guys, be with me live every Thursday at 11:30 Central. Put it on your calendar. Set your phone alarm so you don't miss it. And hopefully next week I'll have my shiz together and I will not be late. Remember, I say this every single week, don't go it alone. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. Some days everybody wants to buy what you're selling, and then other days nobody knows your name and nobody's joining your programs. And if you think you're alone feeling that way, you are not. That's why it's so important to get into a community of support, like my free Facebook group, Be a Confident Entrepreneur, Carrie's free Facebook group. Have a great balance of the week. Have a great weekend. And remember, when one of us rises, we all rise. So we have got to keep cheering each other on. Carrie, thanks again so much.
Very welcome.